Yes, it's a very great morning to each and every one of us out there. Of course, the listeners, wonderful listeners of Golden 97.5 Yenagua. This is Let's Talk Nigeria. And it is the program where we unpack the issues that affect our lives as Nigerians. I am Paul Oblomugbasa.
I'm Jacobson Park. I did surprise. I'm making a debut here now.
This debut is a great debut, you know. The debut is just like, is it like a Kite case debut? Or
that's
a wonderful one, and it shows that they're going to be a great pass. And I know that definitely when it comes to that, it is interesting. Yes, we have come to something very, very important, and on today, like as always, we give you the very best and bring up issues that are very pertinent to society and also to the nation at large. And today we're asking because there's something that came to the fore. That is, the federal government has secured a $238 million loan from Japan to boost the national power grid. Is this the breakthrough Nigeria needs, or it is just another round of borrowing with little or nothing to show?
Well, Nigerians have come under very severe electricity experience in the past couple of years. From the last administration up to this present one, the national grid have collapsed over 100 times. At the point, somebody said, what's collapsing this national grid? Equipment failures. Most of this equipment, we cannot deny the fact. Some of them were far back as 1952-56. Between that period when we started building our own plants. And so, there is need for overhauling. But the big question Nigerians are asking, what about loans procured by previous administration? Right from the Fourth Republic, when we came on board, the Obasanjo administration borrowed millions of dollars, running into billions of naira, and they said they wanted for electricity, revamping, whatever grammar, and the borrowing has been on. So Nigerians are asking, will this one not go the same way?
The same route.
Of the same borrowing level? But if you remember, one of the campaign promises of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he said Nigerians should not vote for him for a second time if he doesn't provide electricity.
Okay, so this and many more, we're going to be having the conversation today. It is, of course, your program, Let's Talk Nigeria, and we are ready. Are you ready? Were you ready? So in beginning to the conversation for this morning, we want us to just listen to I just wanted to listen to, this is a conversation from His Excellency the President in making his promises, campaign promises before he was elected. Take a listen.
By all means necessary, you must have electricity, and you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. A promise made will be a promise kept. If I can't keep the promise and I come back for second term, don't vote for me.
Okay, and that was coming from our president when he was making his campaign, and it was his campaign. Part of his campaign promises that he's going to be ensuring that estimated billing is off. And Jacobson, this morning we even had it in the news that the House of Reps were even probing the NEC for something that had to do with estimated billing, the money that was from CBN loan that was given for metering of Nigeria. and that money they are
Vanished.
it's well, let's say vanished, but
Unaccounted for.
when they begin to do a probe, it means there's something.
That means there's something I missed. Now, you see, the Nigeria electricity sector has come under a barrage of criticism over the years. Why? Loans procured to improve the supply of electricity, both from generating, from transmitting, and to distribution, has not properly been utilized. And that's why this probe has always been there. Remember, we spoke about the era of President Olusegun Obasanjo.
Yeah.
We remember when the Buhari administration came on board, they made a probe. At the end of the day, remember the famous cement contracts.
Yes.
That money running into billions of naira, we are never accounted for it today. And those are loans from the French government and company in France to help the electricity in Nigeria. And you ask yourself, when this probe are carried out, what do we get at the end of the day? White paper without implementation.
Without implementation.
And that's what Nigerians are asking. If this government leaves office tomorrow, will this $238 million loan from Japan not be questioned? But I think we want to hold the president by his word. Remember that his campaign promise we just heard again when he said Nigerians should not vote for him for a second term if he cannot provide electricity. So some will say, is it the way forward? Well, the conversation is why I like this one. This one is a little bit explicit.
Okay, so that's why we're bringing it now to the fore. So what's happening? What's happening with the loan? So the federal government plans to use the loan to expand over 200 kilometers of power transmission lines, build new substations in Apo, that's in Abuja, Kefi in Nasarawa, and Apapa, Lagos, and upgrade parts of the national grid. A $32 million Japanese grant is also coming in for immediate substation works, while more discussions are ongoing on renewable energy. But let's bring it home now. But here in Bayelsa, many of us still struggle with unstable power, which everybody sees and feels.
I've not seen power since 4 days now.
I think also for me.
I've not seen power for 4 days.
For me too as well. So now, most SMEs in Yenagoa run mostly on diesel.
Yeah.
Everybody. So even if you're
We're running diesel, yeah?
Yeah, we're running diesel now. So you're thinking for those that are running coal rooms, coal room operators, fishermen, they constantly battle high energy costs. What about hospitals? The hospitals also rely heavily on generators. And so now the question is, will this loan make any difference for ordinary Nigerians, especially those in the Niger Delta?
Well, one thing that I think the federal government has done was deregulating the electricity sector.
Yeah.
And that was something I tell you a lot. If we had done this maybe 15, 20 years ago, maybe it would have been far better. When even some states started planning on building their own power generating plants. And President Obasanjo, we knew back then, frowned against it. Remember when it was even reportedly said that when he came to visit Bayelsa, that was in the year 2003, during the era of late DSP Alamesia. We had, although unconfirmed, that he told Alamesia to dispose the turbine, that National Grid was coming.
Let me tell you. let me tell you categorically.
I
listened to that broadcast. I was in my village, Agodama Ekpetima, that day. And when he said Bayelsa was the only state in the country, Nigeria, at the time that was not on the national grid.
And we're enjoying steady power supply from the turbine.
And he said, immediately after making that statement, he said that going forward, as a result of this visit, that Bayelsa was going to be
connected
to national grid, because everywhere in Yenagoa, especially the place where they already had gas turbine. And it was beautiful. The villages that did not have a gas turbine, the government was sending diesel. There was a provision for diesel and generators for generators. So that was how it was. But suddenly things changed.
Now, I think the issue of linking us to national grid was not a bad idea.
Okay.
Because at a point, the gas turbine couldn't have been able to serve the entire state because of the capacity. So joining the national grid was a good one. But before then, even before Bayelsa got linked to the national grid, we knew how the national grid was collapsing and waking up and dying and waking up.
Okay.
Even other places. Those of us that came from Lagos, we saw the power generation here through the turbine as something that was unheard of, where announcement will be made on radio that power will be going off for certain time.
Yes.
And maintenance will be carried out. Now, talking about the Bayelsa experience, now I think Governor Senator Doyedere is getting it right now with the acquisition of a new turbine for Bayelsa State, which construction is underway at the same the Imerengi axis. So now, I think this loan, Nigerians really want to know. Now, just like you read out what the loans are meant for. We have the loans and the grants.
Yes.
So Japan is trying to tell us, look, we want to help your economy to grow. Take this one free, this one pay back money.
So the payback money is $238 million. But the grant is 32.
Now, the point is, what are the repayment plan? One. Two, what are the interest rates? At what period would it last? You see, over time, government of Nigeria, particularly this government, a lot of persons have accused the Tinubu administration of too many loans. It goes out, the next thing, Nigeria won't collect loan. It goes out, it travels out, the next thing is, we have loan approval. When they give us this loan, yes, just like they say, if you sell a goat to a man, you leave the rope. You don't hold the rope. If not, I think if the Japanese government should have even said, okay, this grant, can we also oversee how the grant are spent? And if possible, the loans.
But if they do that, does it also make them, it means that we're not independent?
Yes, that's the point. That's why I use the analogy of the seller of the goats.
Yeah.
You give somebody a loan, let the person use it. But our record over the years in this electricity sector has shown that we have not been prudent with it. Okay,
so this is some of the questions that Nigerians are asking, which is of course, is another loan. Will they ever get out of borrowing? Someone says, why can't subsidy savings be used for power instead of new debts? Another says, if properly managed, this could solve transmission problems. The issue is trust. Another says, so while the government calls it a solution, the people remain divided like, this is
indifferent. Yeah,
they're very, very indifferent. So that's why this conversation is coming up, because you're wondering.
The conversation will always be on because loans collected in the past we are not accounted for and we are not used for that purpose. The cement loan is there, and so many loans like that. So, and even apart from the electricity sector, loans also given to Nigeria, which Nigeria has secured over the years for other sectors of the economy, has also not proven to be effective. When you look at those sectors, they are still lagging behind. So you ask yourself, why these more loans? Now, just like somebody rightly noted, why, rather than give these states more revenue from the subsidy money, why not use that subsidy money and apply it into the electricity sector? So, remember, the president, Nigerians will begin to play his own words back to him. Don't vote for me if I cannot provide steady electricity. So probably the president wants to make sure that he fulfill that. That's why he's going all out for this loan from the Japanese.
Okay, like you said, because we're also looking at it in different dimensions. Because if they're going to be what the government plans to do, they want to build power transmission lines, build new substations in Abuja, of course in Kefi and in Apapa. Some person are going to look at the question about said it is citations. Of course, Abuja is the central, Kefi also centered around north central. Apapa, Lagos is southwest.
What happens to the south?
What happened to south? What happened to
the
south?
We have abundance of gas.
That is because Bayelsa right now is at the heart of Nigeria's oil and gas, and of course, if the national grid is expanded without considering Niger Delta, states like Bayelsa may continue to depend on costly self-generation.
And that's what Bayelsa. Remember, we went almost 8 months. Last year, due to vandalization of the power lines, where the Bayelsa state government spent huge amount of money because they couldn't wait for the TCN to have done that. When there was over 16 towers we have vandalized. And so probably that's why I say kudos to Governor Doyedere, because if you put all your egg in one basket, the day the basket falls, all your egg probably goes.
That's true.
So the issue of investing heavily in this gas turbine is a very laudable thing by the government, and we want to thank them for it. But just like some person asking, can Bayelsa State run an independent power plant like a business? No, I think they will hand it over to the PHEDC. Yes, that's standard.
But also,
so own it on behalf and collect the toll from it.
In the news too. In the news, part of the news today, we also saw that there's a new
development.
There's a development. There's a new development that has to do with PHED. Allowing Bayelsa to regulate its own.
Yeah, Bayelsa will regulate. Now the question is
the regulation, because the regulation has to do with port distribution and everything that has to do.
Now, are we getting metering? Just like you noted, now the House of Rep are probing past money allocated for metering. Now Nigerians want to pay for electricity, but Nigerians cannot pay for darkness. And Nigerians have just now, for example, 4 days now without electricity. When the estimated billing come, and which the president spoke about during his campaign, that we will do away with estimated billing. It's one thing to provide electricity. It's another thing to make sure that the people are paying for what is consumed.
Wow.
With the so-called loan, if these loans are used to upgrade the plants, the distribution line, and the substations, as the case may be, going forward, if we have steady power, how will people be built? Because the discos have refused to bring up meters. Most houses in Yenagoa don't have meters. It's an estimated billing. So President Tinubu, good idea. Another loan, another burden on the next incoming government, as the case may be, or the next generation. But please, would they put the money to use?
So the conversation, of course, it is Let's Talk Nigeria, and we are looking at the topic, which is very key at this time, and it bothers on everybody. And we're assessing the 238 million naira loan that was collected from Japan to strengthen Nigeria's national power grid. Is this a right step in the right direction? We are streaming live right now on Facebook, of course, 97.5 Golden, and you go there. We're there right now. We're streaming live, and you can get to check us out on Facebook. Drop your comments, of course, and then also the phone lines are open. You will be a part of the conversation right now. Get to call the numbers 0707 747 1522 or 0912 000 1975. We're supposed to have we have an energy expert that's supposed to be joining us. That is, of course, he's been. I need to talk about energy. Engineer Colonel Wosu is supposed to join us from Lagos, but when we get the connection, we establish connection rather, we'll bring him on. But we'll have the first caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to your colleague.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Comrade Abraham Nelson, calling from Tonga, Ikmitama.
Okay.
Yes, I think this fresh loan acquired by the federal government for the purpose of generating electricity in the country, to me, it's actually a wrong step in the right direction.
Okay, what do you mean?
Fine, we need electricity in the country.
Yeah.
But getting a new loan is, to me, is the wrong step. Because Nigeria is usually blessed. We are blessed with money. In fact, we are blessed with natural resources. So we don't have a working refinery. We don't have a working refinery that is supposed to even boost our economy. We don't have that. And you're talking about borrowing fresh loans to generate electricity. Even the previous loan that this government acquired, we don't even know how they're going to pay back that loan. The previous one that you acquired last month, and even the one before that one. And now he has gone on to acquire a fresh one again. Who is going to pay all these monies, all these loans? Our great-grandchildren. I think it's high time that our lawmakers should put a particular limitation for our executives, a limitation for them to borrow by acquire a loan for a year, or should I say for 4 years. This should be the limit. should not exceed this particular limit, because they are just collecting loan up and down, and we don't even know, or we cannot even see what they're doing with the loans.
Okay.
So
Thank you so
talking
much,
about, sir.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Noted. Well noted. Okay. So it's Jikoswe, it's also coming up with the fact of there's a trust. There's
a trust
matters.
issue.
There's a trust issue there. Okay, let's get to listen to this caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, morning to your colleague there.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm King from Azugoro.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, not too long ago, the federal government spent about 10 billion naira for solar light, solar stuff.
Yeah, at the Aso Villa.
That's Aso Villa, yes.
So why don't they channel that same money to this? Why borrowing?
But it's a different one. The Aso Villa is the seat of government, but this loan is for the entire country.
So they are mortgaging our future, our children's future. I think the National Assembly should come up with a law that any government should not borrow. Even everything you are borrowing should be within your tenure. Anything more than your tenure, you take full responsibility. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. That's of course that's
That's your opinion.
Yes,
but it doesn't work like that.
Okay,
it doesn't work like that because government is continuing.
Well, okay, sometimes people are talking
doesn't work like that.
People are talking about the reasons why we're talking about power. But power is very important because with power, that's electricity and energy supply, it is fundamental to the growth of the Nigerian economy.
Every economy,
if it's available, or the availability or the lack of it has a direct and powerful impact on all the sectors.
Every small scale, medium scale, large scale.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Jacobson.
Morning.
And Paul Bassa.
Good
That
morning.
one na big na Igbiri. That one Igbiri with it.
You didn't tell us your name.
My name is Klambu, calling from Tumbi Amasumaru. Now big Igbiri.
Okay.
They say if they don't provide light for us, their second time so good for them. That one Igbiri now. Big Igbiri. Now we don't talk say they go bring $1 to £1. We don't see that. Say our refinery will work. That one said them talk about. We don't see all those ones. Igbiri. That one a big Igbiri. The only thing where they know say our vote, then they count. That is why they talk all these things there. If our vote go count, then we will make that kind of statement in public. They want to mortgage Nigerians, as the common caller said. Yes, they want to mortgage everybody. Our children that are not born. That is what they are doing. One day for this country, we say, a lot of people speak Chanshan, now we will speak for this country. Because now Japan and China, they will collect this country one day from us. Thank you. God bless.
Well,
I don't know, Bangbu. Well, you see, the point is, I'm not speaking on behalf of the government now.
which is true.
The president said, by all means necessary,
Which includes
if it means to borrow
in order to
get
solve it.
See, it's like a child suffering a particular ailment, and the only remedy now is that the child must go to the theater after all other alternatives have failed.
Let me just let us know that in the midst of all of these different things, unstable power, like we said, leads to lower productivity. It leads to reduced competitiveness and shut down of factories.
Now, most of the textile company in Kaduna,
Thank you.
they shut down because of power.
It's not just.
Have you forgotten companies in Nigeria in the 80s?
Yes.
The Michelin, the Berek, the battery company. We can go on and on and on.
A list of them. Most of
The reason why most of them shut down was because of power. So if we can get it right with this loan, the companies will spring up again. They will come to Nigeria.
And they'll do business.
They will do business.
And we also have
The economy will exactly.
will also increase. Okay, let's get to hear this call. Hello.
Hello, my brother.
Good morning.
This is Elderson. I come from with my peer.
Okay, please go ahead.
My brother, at least election is coming very soon. The presidential election. And at least people needed the money to buy votes. And only we can get votes is to borrow money from outside. But most importantly, Nigeria is an oil producing country. Is that our oil producing country borrowed money to finance the power sector, the other sectors of the economy? And that means we have not produced leaders who are proactive to plan our economy. You cannot rely on borrowing, like keep ourselves down. Can you live on borrowing and you know that your family is safe? Because they know that money for Nigeria is for everybody. So you can take any loan and then consume it and go away. So what we are trying to say that they are trying to put away with very big debt. That's why the former administration put a lot of money on maintenance, silent PC. What happens? Nothing happens. This past administration is the same thing. But what are you talking about? So, my brother, what they are doing is just for their pocket. Nothing will happen. The one thing I said that congratulations to the Bayelsa State government. We're trying to make sure that there's a steady power electricity and the power supply in Bayelsa State. I think we have to support it and achieve that. But besides that, that money to be borrowed is their own self. The is all the country. We should not rely on borrowing to sustain our economy. God bless you this morning.
Okay. Good morning. Thank you.
I think the situation could amount to like emergency. Okay, let's get this call. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Chogosompa and Ogbata.
Good morning.
Yes,
Good morning.
Yes.
My name is Ali Crosby, Hospital Joshua.
Okay, Ali, please go ahead.
Yes, I think a lot of people are saying something there, but everybody having different opinion. But my own opinion, I think this our leader, when you look them very well, we are not judging from them because they can say something at the end of the day. It will not work. Even though they are going to borrow this money, they can even divert this into their private business. What thing they are requesting to do with the money in the country, they cannot use it in that direction. They can use it for another direction. I will not have any power to do anything. That's why I say a lot of people, they are not using the portable the leader. Anything when they talk, the masses, they can say, hey, so like video. So if they can do that, I think it's a local development.
Okay.
Can we encourage we generate a lot of revenue in this country. So in fact, at the end of the day, when they collect the money, they can use it in the other direction. That is the fact.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ali Crossing.
And that's the trust issue.
That's it's a major.
We all agree
yes.
that there's an emergency on electricity, on power. We know there's a big problem.
And because even the energy thing, when it comes to the sector, we're talking about generation, distribution, and transmission. Yeah. And transmission has always been like the weakest link.
Yes, our transmission has always been the weakest link because you see, most of these lines are old. A lot of them are outdated. And apart from that, we have sabotage, where vandals tend to destroy and vandalize our power lines. You get my point? So the government need to put things in place.
Okay, the lines are buzzing at this time. Let's get to here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Paul Basa.
Good morning to you, sir.
And my brother, the Oracle himself.
Good morning, sir.
The Parabusha man.
Good morning.
I remain Apostle Elohai.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, borrowing is not bad though. The utility of money that we are borrowing, that is where the problem lies. It's like I thought it just rightly said. Not to borrow, but let's see the effect of this money on what is being borrowed for. I'm scared because the way they are borrowing things, we are the collateral, so let no one day one country come up and say that Nigeria has taken over.
It has never happened in any country now.
Don't worry.
The way they are borrowing, my country every day borrowing billions and in dollars. You know how much? At the end now they will just crash this for 2 months. There should be a very story. I don't know. Let's up. I don't have this country, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, well, this is Japan, not China.
Okay, but you know the funny thing is the fact that these people is Japan and China.
They are two different economies actually.
For two different, but there's a lot of things happening in the African continent that it is the hands are Russia, Japan, China. The hands are there. But let me just read out a start. It says Nigeria already. What's the concerns of Nigerians? Nigeria already owes over $110 billion in external and domestic debt.
Yes.
Already.
Yeah.
So that without accountability now. Okay, the 4 lights are open. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Jacob, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, Paul, good morning. My name is Ken. I'm calling from Okolo.
Okay, Ken, please go ahead.
Borrowing is part of business. I use the word for business because it was borrow, even banks, it was borrow to establish.
Yeah.
But my issue in this country, they are borrowing this money. They tell us the orientation that attached to that borrowing. Because before you come, if I come to Jacobson to borrow, there must
things and things that will be involved, which I'll let my wife know. This is how I get this money. They are not telling us all these things attached to it. And when you look at former President Buhari, I think he signed a bill that every state should generate light on their own. And when you look at our society, it's a kill and divide. Because at the end of the day, you borrow this money, we don't see where it's heading to. Promise is a word. It's only against of that. But let our money that you borrow, let's see outcome of it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's well. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Professor.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Oga Bigi.
Good morning.
BB Palette is speaking.
Okay, BB, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay.
How much you say they want to borrow from?
238 and another 190 million. Two different ones, yeah.
228 and 190, right?
238 and 190.
238 and 190.
That's close to about 500.
You put all of them together, it's not still up to 450.
Yeah, and I change now. We'll go pay.
Good. If my mind, if I still know how to calculate more, let's assume it's $450 million. Converted to naira should be around close to 700 billion.
Yeah.
The last time I checked, and the last time they told us that they need more than close to 10 trillion naira to make the electric sector for this country work.
Yeah.
So whatever they are borrowing now is nothing compared to what they told us. So if you know that this, because tomorrow they will come and tell us that the money was not enough. You cannot need close to 10 trillion and you are borrowing about 700 billion. Which is not even up to the money you want to use to renovate airport in Lagos State. And you say you want to use it for electricity. My brother, if you want to do something, you borrow money where go reach the thing. Let them borrow very well. So that tomorrow they will not tell us that, oh, the money was not enough, that is why nothing came out. Because as far as I'm concerned, election money be this. They don't borrow election money.
That's your perception.
Okay.
No, that's as far as I am concerned.
Okay.
Because
noted.
If you look at, you are telling me close to 10 trillion, and we are talking of this not even up to the tide. You never reach the tide though, of the full money.
Okay.
So what do you want to do with it? That's the question.
Okay.
If you know it's not enough, why borrowing something that is not even close to what you need?
Okay.
You are not ready. When I put up for the election, we don't go vote for now.
It's fine.
You see, Bibi, you see, if your generator is bad, it doesn't mean that even if the engine knocks, it doesn't mean that the tank is bad. It doesn't mean that your exhaust is bad. They said 10 trillion if we must get it 100% right. But don't you think this is one of the steps they are taking? Just like we noted, they are looking at 3 substations: Kefi, Abuja, and the Lagos one is at the Apapa.
Yes.
To boost electricity at the ports where money is generated.
Serious money.
It's a case of starting to dig a hole by taking one shovel of sand gradually.
And you know the thing about it is the fact that they also say that the major idea of this loan is to help to build new substations.
That is the point.
New substations.
We had already some existing one like the Egbi.
Yes.
There are other ones around.
Yes, of course. Egbi is already.
The additional one is to make sure they reduce the distribution.
The phone lines are really buzzing now. Hello, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, my good people in the studio.
Good morning.
Yeah. Collins from Abele.
Okay, Collins, please quickly.
Okay, brother. The program where this one they discuss is very, very good. But what I want to say, my brother, I want to ask more questions. No first, so we are learning.
Of course.
If somebody want to borrow money now, for example, you go to bank to borrow money, huge amount of money. Is there any requirement that the bank will ask you? Is there some things that bank will ask you to deposit before they give you the money?
Bank loan and country loan is not the same
for bilateral conversations.
It's not the same thing.
It's quite different.
I know where you are going to. You are talking about collateral. I know where they go. Whether that we take the collateral. Yes. No, country loans are different. No, country loan they run.
Okay, thank you. I want to ask you, and I bet no vessel with the learn.
Yeah.
If somebody, as I say now, for example, now, you know me well. Now, I come for your place, you borrow me 5 million naira. And you know, say, my work is more than 50 million naira. Will you give me that money or not?
I'll give you.
Hello?
I'll give you without blinking.
I think you give me.
Without blinking, yes.
Yeah.
You give me the money?
Yeah, sure.
Very good. Thank you very much. My brother, you see, the last person has spoken well. If Nigeria wants to throw $1 trillion, they are ready to give us. Because why? The oil is there. Oil is there. If one comes first, then go tap with there, then go send their ship enter. My brother, are you aware that there is a place they call a bunker in Bayelsa here? I think you are aware.
No, the bunker airfield. The bunker airfield. Sure. Okay.
My brother, I happen to stay close to one of a German that been retired in Navy. We are telling me, he explained me what they go on there. The kind of vessels, when they move there every day, it's enough to pay that money. But what I want to say is that Okreka people, they know their self up front. See what they sell Okreka, they know their self. Our senators, House of Rep, whatever, they know their self. All this way they see like kill and divide.
Okay.
Thank
so
you.
now me and you now we just worry ourselves. If they want to borrow $100 trillion, let them borrow. It don't concern me personally.
Okay.
Because I know say people they give us the money, they know say we get something we will take pay. And most of our time, those money they go borrow there. Now our money,
Noted.
Now our money.
Okay, noted.
They carry
Noted.
the go idea.
Because of time, quickly,
Thank you
please.
very much.
Thank you,
my brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry for that, because we need to quickly go on a commercial break, and then when we come back, of course, the conversation continues. The lines are really buzzing because people are wondering, like, okay, we have gone now to $238 million. What's happening next? But remember, it is still Let's Talk Nigeria on 97.5 Golden FM, the Gold Standard of Radio. We are going to be back immediately after this break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is your golden moment. 97.5 Golden FM, the gold standard of radio.
Want to grow your business fast? Golden 97.5 FM has got the perfect solution for you. You can locate our radio house at Mike Okpokpo Street, Bansha, Yenagua, Bayelsa States. Whether it's your business, music, event, or special promo, Golden FM has got you covered. So hurry now and let's put your brand in the spotlight.
Shining brighter than ever. 97.5 FM, the gold standard of radio.
Of course, welcome back to Let's Talk Nigeria, and we're looking at that conversation that has to do with the federal government collecting loan from Japan. That's a $238 million loan in order to rejig our power sector, and the lines have already been buzzing. Now let's get to listen to them. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Bob, I called back. Comrade Abraham Nelson.
Please, just quickly, 30 seconds, because others are waiting.
Okay. I just want to give you an example.
Okay.
Yes, if Bayelsa State government can procure 2 turbines for the cost of is it 90-something billion naira, that is more than enough to provide enough power for the state and not maybe neighboring states. So why can't the federal government do the same for all over the country? Why can't they do the same for all over the country? If I multiply that 90 billion naira by 25, it gives me about 2.4 about trillion. You see, the cost is even less. So we have the money to provide electricity, but they don't want to provide that electricity. They are not using us. That's the simple truth.
Okay. Thank you.
I would not want to agree with you that the government does not want to provide electricity. Probably, just like a lot of the callers have said, it's just issue. Over time, loans procured for this same purpose have not gone there. If not, it wouldn't have been in this situation of finance.
Do you also remember that that's the conversation I had even over from 1999 the time, and we had the one-time vice president then, that's Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, privatization, and the things. Did we really? Because
that's the point.
There's an opportunity.
We created discos.
Yes.
I will give them government money.
Do you understand?
Now people say they wanted to let us deregulate the power sector. They created discos. Private people came, and we gave them government money
to run this thing.
And they hate it.
And there was no accountability.
That's the point.
Okay, okay, so we lost that. Let's
so
this.
If somebody's not ready for business, let him shift.
Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Your name? Where are you calling us from?
My name is Baby. I'm calling from Baby 1.
Okay. Please go ahead quickly.
My own is concerning the borrowing.
Yeah.
I want our leaders to know that the borrower is a servant to the lender.
Mm-hmm.
So as they are borrowing like this, they should know that it is not only the masses that will be the servants, that they are also a servant. So I don't think as a country as we are, we have the oil, we have every resources, and we are still borrowing. So it does not really make sense. So they should also ask themselves questions, like countries like Dubai that have oil. Are they also borrowing to, I know that borrowing is good, but the way they are borrowing in this our nation, it does not make sense. So that's my own contribution.
Okay.
Thank you. The United States government,
yes,
are the biggest debtor in the world.
True.
The point we are making is there's nothing wrong in borrowing. No. But especially if you are a critical sector of the economy that is lagging behind, like Nigeria, our biggest problem is power.
Everywhere.
Everything in this country
it affects every fragment.
Power was what collapsed our economy, was this power issue.
Yeah.
If we get it right, other things will start falling in place gradually.
Okay, let me just bring this up now. Because we talked about that Nigeria was even amongst the African continent, we're very low in foreign direct investment.
Yeah.
And we saw that even the highest gainer in Africa was Egypt, because they solved the power issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if investors are attracted to countries with reliable infrastructure, including power, unreliable electricity is a major barrier to FDI in Nigeria, as companies must budget for private power generation. That even the Asu Rock had to go and get 20 to invest in solar.
In solar.
My goodness. Hello, good morning. Hello. Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, good morning. Your name, please, quickly, because of time.
My name is Jamobi. I'm calling from Dobolo.
Okay, please go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning, Amobi.
Yeah. Do you people know that any organization, any country that has loan to borrow, has something to borrow, that Nigeria is ready to accept it? You all know that. So what are we complaining? So there's nothing to complain about it. The truth of it is that in this country, this government has failed. The state government. What about the money realized from subsidy removal? Government has failed. It has nothing to offer this nation. Nothing, absolutely nothing will come out from this country, from this government, this particular government. That is the truth of it. So all that we are saying because we have to talk. They say if you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die. So better we speak. Then the truth of it is that this government has nothing to offer us. Nothing good to offer. Nothing will come out of this government. That's the simple truth. They borrow, they share the money. They borrow, they share the money.
Okay.
Were you there when they were sharing the money?
Okay.
Oga, every week, every month we hear about the borrowing. Which country that you have ever heard that borrows money the way this country? Why we have all it takes to be the best? Not even one of the best in this world, because God bless us so much. We have all it takes. So many natural resources. Yeah, let me just stop here.
Okay. Thank you.
You see, if you even check the list of the countries in the world that are indebted, Nigeria is not among the first 50. That is the truth. We know we are indebted. It's just that our problem has been trust issue.
Yeah.
Just like I noted, United States is owing how much?
Those ones. See, it is
$37 trillion.
They know that. They are aware.
Followed by United Kingdom, even Japan, where they borrow us money, they owe $4.6 trillion. Japan, where they borrow us money, they are also a debtor. Then see, person where they borrow money, they make money. Dangote is the biggest debtor in Nigeria, but it's also the richest one in Africa.
Because you need
to borrow. The only problem we have over the time, money borrowed is accounted for. That's a problem. But can we give this administration a benefit of doubt?
Because one way or the other, we must give an administration a benefit of doubt, so that they can. If they fail,
so let us judge them if they don't put this money to use.
Okay.
I'm not their spokesman, no.
No, okay.
I'm only just saying it.
Let me just say, okay, so because of time, quickly, before we take the final set of calls, the summary of the Japanese loan to Nigeria's power sector so far, so good, is that we are from the Lagos and Ogun Power Transmission System Improvement Project. It is going to be upgrading transmission lines and substations to stabilize supply in Nigeria's key industrial region. Then $500 million from that, this is they had even announced from last year, is directed at enhancing power transmission infrastructure, new substations, high voltage upgrades along the Lagos Ogun industrial corridor, including Agbara, Mowe, and Shagamu.
Exactly.
Now, it's a whole lot, because even we're shouting about this thing now, but are you aware that in 2016 that Japan gave 800 million credit line?
Yes.
$800 million credit line.
Yeah.
And it was intended for rehabilitation and capacity expansion of Jeba hydropower plant. Now, Nigerians are looking at these things and wondering, okay, if you are doing all these different things, have we been able to do the needful?
You see, this conversation is quite it's almost exhausting. In a week. The point is, this new loan acquired from the Japanese government via the visit of the president, let us give them the benefit of that. If even just like some of the callers have said, if it is preparing money for election, let us wait. The president gave us his word. He said, if I do not provide steady electricity power for you, if I come for second tenure, don't vote for me. He said it, not that that's why we played what he said at the beginning of the show. So the point is that let's give them the benefit of doubt. The debt are many, 44 billion as of September last year.
Yeah.
We are 77 in the world. Even people were borrowers money inside the owe.
Okay, now for clarity's sake, for those that have been calling and asking what are the terms, because every time we go to ask for terms,
there are always terms and conditions.
Okay, now the financing terms matter, and for this one, the GICA funds often come with distinctive benefits, concessional rates, long repayment periods,
in the next 30 years,
and technical support. That is, it helps enhancing value compared to standard market loans. So those, you see, those are the things. The long payment period is like, okay, I collected. I know some persons are wondering, so you collected it now, and it's the children that will pay. Government is continuing. But the idea, if we can, the major thing in this thing, if the government of Nigeria, whether it's APCP, anybody that comes into power, knows that there are projects that are specific and unique to us, deal with it and let's continue so that we can solve the issues over a long period of time. Would have solved many of our matters.
The Egyptian economy grew because they solved their power issue.
True.
Even when the Labour Party presidential candidate went to Egypt as part of his learning process, when he said he wanted to vie for presidency, he said he saw what they did in Egypt and felt it was something we can apply here. Please, this power sector is the most crucial of the economy of Nigeria. If well tackled, our economy will get back on its feet again. But the money should not be for their election. Just like some callers. You see, when a child starts crying and pointing at a direction, if his father his mother or one of his relation is not there, something must be there that is attracting that child.
Something must be there.
Something must be there. So Nigerians are shouting, this money should not be for election purpose.
Okay, and that's of course that's the final thought from Jacobs. I want to just say this. We always say that maintain on the show and on the station. The thoughts of Nigeria can be great. The thoughts. Let all of our leaders put everything that they can, put it together to ensure that they match their words with works. Accountability is key, and trust, public trust, though has been dilapidated over the period of time, it's time to earn it. And trust is not forced but earned. Let's earn trust and let's do the best thing. Because why? Bayelsa will be by Bayelsans, Nigeria will be by Nigerians. And that's been the show for today. Of course, Let's Talk Nigeria. Don't forget that to be nominated for Bayelsa Media Awards. A huge number, all of our programs have been nominated. You go there to the BMA. The website is www.bma.org.ng, and you click vote now. All of the different categories are there. You can do the right thing. Do the right thing, and remember, let's do the right thing. Let's keep winning for ourselves. My name is Paul Oblomugbasa, and I've had the privilege of having my brother, one and only
Jacobson Park.
Thank you. Keep enjoying and keep winning. See you at the top of the hour. We'll have the news at time. Don't go anywhere. We're still here.